The Glock 19 is combat proven, it is law enforcement proven, it is simple, it's reliable, and I do recommend it. And I've respected them and liked the gun, and I believe in the Glock model, the theory, the polymer and the lightness of it. Mr. Glock knew what he was doing. It's a well-engineered firearm. One of the first things, the difference between the 9mm Glock that I carry right now and the SIG 229 that I also have is that there's a difference in the trigger action. You know, Glock has the safety trigger, one continuous pressure. It's a striker-fired pistol, where the SIG that I have is a double-action, single-action, hammer-fired pistol. There's a little bit different in the trigger. Not hard at all to overcome. It's just simple, the fundamentals of trigger control. Take the slack out, let the pressure build. The sight alignment's automatic, and let the gun go up. I like my Glock a lot. I've actually taught my 13-year-old son to fire. He enjoys it. Ergonomically, it's great for the thumbs forward grip. And the Generation 4 that I have actually came with some adapters that fit on the back strap that give you a little bit more of a beaver tail, similar to what you might see in the 1911 model. So I put one on, and I like it a lot. It fits in my hand very well. It's easier to establish a grip out of a holster with that larger beaver tail on it. I think it's a well-designed, great functioning gun. Glock guns are also used in combat. To be honest with you, the Glocks later, I'm a big guy, and even though I'm getting to be an old, crickety old guy, I still have a little bit I don't mind carrying a little bit heavier pistol. I like the steel and the feel of a SIG, but I really like my Glock. I carry it quite a bit. I use them all for protection of my home. Listen, it's no secret that the sights that Glock puts on the gun, they're kind of utilitarian. They're fine. A lot of people, as soon as they get the gun, they replace them with some more high-end sights. I still have the original Glock sights on there. They're fine for me. Will I eventually replace them? Yes, because I want to put night sights on it. Because I'm used to night sights because of the SIGs that I carry. For what the gun costs, that sight is fine. Again, a Glock is not a cheap gun. It's a little bit less expensive than some of the other ones. It's very well manufactured, very well made, and very proven. That gun is carried by a lot of police departments and military units around the world. It's a pretty good improvement over 9mm from even 10 or 15 years ago. It's a well-tested gun. The Glock's been idiot tested. Again, a Glock is a pistol without any exterior safeties. You have to manipulate the trigger all the way to the rear and compress that trigger, the internal safety that's actually in the trigger itself, all the way to the rear. Again, it works very well. It's been proven over time. And any weapon that servicemen and police officers carry, as much as they do the Glock, it says a lot about it. So I'm a big fan of it, but then again, I'm a big fan of a lot of pistols. But I do like my Glock. And it's a very simple pistol to clean and maintenance and operate. It's not hard, it's not cumbersome to train somebody to use a Glock. If you're training somebody on their first pistol and it's a 1911 and you have to train them in the carrying it with, cocked and locked, as opposed to just carrying a simple Glock. The Glock is a little bit simpler of a pistol. But my philosophy on training is train somebody to fire them all so they're familiar with them all. The value and simplicity is it's less for the operator, the shooter, to think about. If you're using a gun on a target range, practicing with it is one thing. Using it in combat or in a law enforcement situation where your life and other people's lives on the line, the less you have to think about, the more valuable that gun is, trust me. And when it comes to the Glock, it's got a great reliability record. It's simplistic, it's simple, it works well, it has good ergonomics in your hand, and I do recommend it. Like I said, I carry one, and I'd like to buy some more.